Hey besties, we're Euphoric. It's Shane and Fana.
And welcome to the show.
So, starting off this week, once again, we gotta say what Euphoria character we're feeling like.
Episode 3. Can't believe we've made it.
I know. Well, I don't know. I think I'm feeling most like, this is a tough one this week. Because, not a lot happened, but, their personalities are deviating further and further from ours at every moment.
I was thinking that.
I feel like a little like the guy at, the store Kat went to, where it's everything's just kind of happening to me when I watch this show. I'm not one of the characters, but I'm still so deeply affected by them. The guy's we're closing. I'm the we're closing guy.
No, that's good. Well, this week I'm feeling like Rue again. Because if we remember from episode 1, I was feeling like Rue then, but I'm feeling like Rue today because I left my Gru pen in my shorts, and then my mom put the shorts in the laundry, and the Gru pen broke, and then my mom gave it to me and was like, "Is this a vape?" And I was like, "No." And then she was like, "Okay." And so I'm like Rue.
That is like Rue. That's Rue AF.
Yeah.
Wow, it's crazy when life imitates art.
Yeah, I know, right?
Alright, should we jump right in?
Yeah, this episode once again begins with Rue being psychic. And obviously we have a lot to say about what she tells us about Kat. But I kind of want to hinge on this point. Again, you said in the first episode, is all of this happening in Rue's head? And I think at this point we can confirm that. I think all of Euphoria is about a character in high school like Rue imagining the lives of all of these people who are probably just normal kids in high school. And Rue is Sam Levinson creating this idealistic but also fucked up and honest reality. I'm starting to think that is what Euphoria is about, because that's the only way it makes sense.
Yeah, I totally agree, because she's saying things where she's everyone online or everyone in real life didn't know about her online life, and everyone online didn't know how depressing her real life was. And that is feels so true to high school that it's almost too on the nose that and so it's okay, that reading of it makes more sense than what they are presenting to us, the latent content of Euphoria, because it makes more sense if that's Rue looking at the popular kids being and she probably wrote this fan fiction and blah blah blah, all this it makes more sense if Rue made that up.
Yeah.
But and also I feel then the Nate Jacobs Jules stuff makes more sense, where she hates him for some reason, and then she's Jules is saying his name is Tyler, and she's it's probably Nate Jacobs. It kind of makes more sense that way.
Yeah.
Somehow. Also, though, is the first night, is that real?
The first night.
That's the name of the fan fiction, but is that a real one?
Oh, I don't think so.
I'm Googling
Maybe it is. Yeah.
Wait, I just real? Googled the first night fan fiction, and the first article is Louis Tomlin. Is it Louis or Louis? Louis Tomlinson responding to... he's the guy Harry Styles is having sex with in the fan fiction.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The guy, he's he in One Direction was the silly one.
Yeah.
And he responded to the Euphoria scene.
What did he say?
I don't know, because oh my god.
Is it a YouTube video?
No, it's an article. I have to put my email in to read this for free, but I'm going to do it.
No, you should read it. I'll explain for the viewers who aren't caught up in the episode. What this episode begins with is it speaks about that Kat, well, first of all, she went to a trip and drank a bunch of virgin pina coladas, and then her boyfriend, who she loved, broke up with her because that made her fat, which was crazy.
I will clarify, she was 11 and she drank 72 virgin pina coladas.
Yeah. That was the most Glee moment of Euphoria so far. Like, specifying 72 pina coladas, it's like, that was Glee, bro.
Mm-hmm. Why is it saying my email is not valid?
And then Kat wrote a fanfic about Harry Styles hooking up with Lewis something. Tomlinson. And in Euphoria, it changes to like an anime, like furry aesthetic to depict this, and it's awesome. But it's like, does Euphoria want, like, is that supposed to be a joke? Like, this episode to me had jokes.
Oh my, it so did. So the first paragraph of this article is off to a ridiculous start. Lewis Tomlinson claimed on Twitter that he had not been contacted ahead of it airing, nor did he approve of the cartoon likeness. Then it describes what happens. While not too visually graphic, the scene is narrated by Zendaya, who puts on a British accent to voice the two pop stars' affections.
That makes me like it more, though, that they weren't, like, ass. Like, because that's hype. That's hype that it's just like, bro, it's parody law.
In my notes, I wrote, like, I cannot believe that neither of them sued Euphoria. This isn't the first time Tomlinson has expressed discomfort with the way some of the fans discuss him and Styles. He's refuted any relationship outside of his friendship on multiple occasions. On Monday night, he responded on Twitter in response to a fan concerned about the scene. I can categorically say I was not contacted, nor did I approve it.
That's awesome.
And wait, let me read the last part of this. He doesn't even sound slightly amused, but he should watch the rest of the episode. Larry Stylinson wasn't even a C-plot in that episode, which involved, checks notes, pay pig humiliation and goldfish swallowing. Mom, please don't look any of those words up, including Larry Stylinson. What is this article?
Yeah, well, who's it written by?
So the article is from The Cut.
Okay.
And then this article, it was July 2nd, 2019, under The Cut's Euphoria. Like, they have a bunch of Euphoria articles, but this one was written by Melinda Faquad, Fakuade. But, oh my gosh, okay, I'm kind of obsessed with this person. I'm going to read all their articles, because they also have articles about Twilight, they have articles about Taylor Swift, Laura Dern, all my favorite celebrities. Cardi B gets the magical manicure she deserves. This is awesome. I cannot.
Oh, speaking of Cardi B, remember how I sent you that Instagram story from Gracie's aunt that was like, celebrities need to be... We think that was about Cardi B.
Wait, we can cut this part or keep it in, I don't know. But there's an article that this person wrote called "Alleged Teen Jewel Thief Steals..." steals beloved lemur in heist of the century.
Whoa! Wait, keep click. We need to hear about this.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? It's not gonna let me. I reached my monthly article limit. Okay, wait. I'm gonna send you the article right now.
Oh yeah.
The article,
okay.
And put in your email address, and you can
Okay.
You can read this.
Okay. Well,
the photo that goes with it is hysterical.
Oh yeah, maybe we can put it up for the viewers on YouTube. Okay, I'm waiting to get it, but if you want to keep talking about the next scenes.
So first of all, I cannot believe that they didn't ask, because, like, Louis Tomlinson, I don't know what he's doing now, like, I don't know what he's been up to since One Direction, like, broke up, because I know all the other guys have released their own music, but, like, I haven't really heard anything about him doing that, so I feel like he's not. I mean, maybe, but I don't think he is. Oh my god,
the picture is so good. Last July, the staff at California's Santa Ana Zoo discovered that something was terribly wrong. A hole has been cut in a fence overnight, and the 32-year-old endangered lemur was missing. Then it says the lemur is named Isaac, and it's possibly the oldest ring-tailed lemur in North America.
Oh my god.
This was a serious crime and would hold serious consequences for the mastermind behind it. Casbar's motives in taking Isaac weren't monetary. He claims he simply wanted to keep him as a pet. Who among us has not desired an exotic pet? However, not many among us have gone through the lengths that Casbar did. According to Central District of California's press release, Casbar's scheme cost the zoo $8,486. Casbar's lawyer describes his client's actions as a mistake he made as a high school student.
That is like season 1 Better Call Saul vibes. Is like the lawyer being like, who among us has not desired an exotic pet? Like, that's like Saul Goodman vibes.
Yeah.
But I'm just really shocked Louis Tomlinson didn't know. Like, how did they think that? Like, I guess you're right, like, parody law, but, like, you would think they would try. Like, Harry Styles is an important person. And I feel like a lot of the people who watch Euphoria also are Harry Styles fans. So, like, I feel like you don't want to, like, alienate that audience, but also, like, maybe most of the people watching Euphoria, like, think Larry Stylinson is, like, awesome.
Wait, sorry, it's so this article is so confusing because it just, like, randomly starts saying that, like, also the guy, stole jewelry. Like, it's just like
well, I love that they called it the heist of the century.
Yeah. Okay, so he has jewelry. Oh, okay, this is how the article ends. Caspar is yet to go to trial on the jewelry theft charges, but if the allegations are true, it seems that he lives much of his life as if he were in a movie. At 18, a video of him surfing on an air mattress went viral. That's a lot to accomplish by 19.
Whoa.
That's the end of the article.
Like, they are, like, a little bit, like, on his side.
Yeah. He's just living life.
That is kind of Euphoria vibes.
Yeah.
Like, I wish that character was in the show.
Yeah. Casbar should so be on Euphoria. But I think that point about how, like, Euphoria fans are Harry Styles fans is, like, why this is kind of genius. Like, because, again, like, this is, like, a, like, good piece of, like, irony humor, but also, like, truth humor. Because it's, like, I know kids in my high school who, like, wrote Harry Styles fan fiction. And, like, that's, like, awesome.
I know.
Like, it's, like... It's interesting how much Sam Levinson knows, but then how little he knows about, like, how Bitcoin works.
Yes. Like, I love that.
Yeah.
I just, like, I don't know, he totally knows, because he, like, if he didn't know, he wouldn't have known to film Daniel like that. Like, the way they filmed, like, her 11-year-old boyfriend is, like, so hilarious, because it's, like, that is what it feels like to look at your crush when you're, like, 10. Like,
Yeah.
that's awesome. And the Tumblr thing's amazing. Everything about it is awesome. I love that. I love the war scene. Like, the Game of Thrones, like, parody.
Yeah.
That was so good.
And when they did, like, if you remember from Professor Slowick's, History of Global Cinema, they did the wings shot, like, in the school cafeteria.
Mm-hmm. Like, that was amazing. That scene.
Yeah.
Like, I also just liked, like, they're showing, like, the last episode, I feel like a big problem we had with the cat plot in the last episode was that, like, it did not really seem to know that what happened to her wasn't, like, girl boss and awesome. And, like, this episode knows, I feel.
Does it?
I felt like for sure. At least Rue knows, because, like, Rue's, like, her life is, like, pathetic and it sucks, like, and she is, like, depressed and bad things have happened to her. And then, like, they have her, like, getting money from this guy. It is a little awesome that she was like, that's a $100 fine when he hadn't really done anything. That's awesome. But I feel like it knows it because, like, we know that guy is, like, creepy and, like, weird. Like,
I feel like it was, like, making jokes of it. I feel like it was like, haha, like, she drank 72 pina coladas, like, now she's fat, and that's fucking terrible, and everyone hates her. Like, isn't that sad? But also, like, hee, it's funny. Because, she drank 72...
I thought it was supposed to be a joke that she drank 7, like, that they specified that, like, the mom's like, keep drinking them. But I didn't think it was then supposed to be funny when she, like, is trying to put her clothes on, she can't, she's, like, nervous to talk to this boy, he breaks up with her. Like, I thought that was, like, meant to be, like, real and sad, and, like, kids are mean. And then, like, when she meets this guy on the internet, like, that definitely she's supposed to be, like, because, like, I watched that and I was like, oh my god, like, yeah, this is not awesome. Like, she's picturing, like, oh, it's, like, some harmless guy on the other side of this message, and then she sees him and it's, like, he's so scary and, like, likes that she's laughing at him, and, like, he is engaged in something, like, toxic and weird, and, like, I feel like that solidified to me, like, oh, like, this is bad, like, and Euphoria knows it's bad, right? I feel like,
no, yes,
but also, see, the thing is, it just feels, Euphoria is ableist, is the thing, like, they think, like, they're ableist and fat-phobic, so, like, they don't, like, the way they show he's gross is not, like, okay, I'm gonna sidetrack for a minute, my mom's bestie from college, when she was, like, telling her children, like, how to, like, spot, like, a pedophile, she was like, they are, like, scary looking, and they're, like, they look like they're inside all the time, and their skin is, like, at the same time very gray, but also very pink. And it's like, while that doesn't mean anything, like, that's what this guy should have looked like, rather than, like, oh, it's just some guy who's fat and, like, has a micro penis. Like, that we were clearly supposed to also be laughing at him, and, like, I think a little bit they may have wanted us to laugh at Kat, but also, I don't know, because, like, she's not super overweight. Like, she looks, like, compared to the other people in the show, like, these teeny, skinny, like, Zendaya, like, yes, but, like, I feel like it's fat-phobic enough they're like, oh my god, like, her life is horrible, and it's, like, kind of just a normal person they're showing, but, like, I don't know. I didn't feel like we were supposed to laugh at her, but I did feel like we were supposed to laugh at that guy, and that felt like weird.
No, I actually think I don't even really. I was more like still on the pina colada bit. Like I was just like confused why it's like, but like, it's like
because it's
if
like
you drink 72 pina coladas, like you'd probably just throw up.
Right, like that's
Like,
kind of what I
like-
thought. Is like 72, and also you certainly wouldn't gain that much weight. I feel like that felt not true to life, but also I just felt like
you'd like throw up and pass out and be like, never again.
but I just feel like I don't know, the specification. I think I can't decide, because on the one hand I feel like, oh, they're like making fun of her because it's like, that's so much sugar, but I also just kind of feel like it is funny to drink that much of anything. Like, I don't think they were trying to... That's why I think, like, they were trying to make fun of her for doing that, but, like, it then was supposed to, like, be sad after.
Yeah, which was why I was confused. It's like, what are you trying to do?
That's why it's
but
like
I actually thought the way...
Glee moment. Like...
Yeah, exactly. But I actually thought, like, the guy, like, the way, when he turned on the camera and he's like, hello, like, the way he, like, talked when he's like, I've got some pretty crazy cakes or something like that, and then, like, the way he jacks off, like, he holds his penis like this, and, like, I kind of thought that was pretty awesome.
I
like,
know, but
it
I
just,
don't know,
like, looks
'cause, like,
crazy.
it is a medical condition, the micropenis, so I feel like it's, like, really, like, you're gonna make fun of it, like, it's not, that part is not, that's the thing, is when we were looking at him and feeling freaked out by him, like, it should have been what he was saying and, like, what he was doing that is creepy, which, like, he's doing that with, like, a 17-year-old girl, and he's, like, it's not with someone he knows at all, and he's like, I love you, I want to, like, be punished by you. Like, he said he is in a weird, creepy thing at her. He is doing something, like, weird and creepy and predatory to her for reasons more than one. But the reason we're supposed to look at him and know, like, this is a creepy guy is not because of the things he's doing. It's, like, because of the way he looks. And that just feels like...
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, really? Like, we don't...
Yeah.
We would have gotten it. That's the thing. Euphoria does not trust its audience.
Yeah. Because I think... to me, like, the way he looked, like, was more, like, to me it was, like, oh, like, kind of similar to, like, the Nate Jacobs dad vibe, where it's, like, he just kind of looked like a normal guy, and then when it was, like, oh, he has, like, a micro penis, it was, like, oh, okay. But then, like, it got me back by the way he was holding it.
Yeah, and, like, the way he was, like, talking to her, I was, like...
Backwards.
Like, it was... He was good at acting, you know, everything.
Yeah.
Like, he was giving a good performance. It's just, like... Yeah, like, I feel like it should have been, like, more of, like, a Nate Jacobs dad thing, where, like, the realization should have been, like, oh, this isn't, like, some, like, handsome guy around my age. Like, this is not Ethan. Is that his name? The, like, skater boy, or, like, the, like, freaking alt-right gamer boy who, like, she has a crush on.
I don't remember his name.
I think it's Ethan.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we, until they show him, are allowed to picture Ethan, and, like, that's when, like, it's still awesome that, like, she's, like, a girl boss and, like, you know, reclaiming this, but then it's like, oh, this is, like, a little, it's, like, insidious. She's 17, and, like, this is, like, a grown man in his basement, like, it's all white around him, he's, like, sitting on a couch, and he's, like, instead of, like, I don't know how you're supposed to jump into, like, a call like that, because, like, I have never been on one, but, like, I feel like you're not supposed to go, hello, and say, like...
Yeah,
what's her name? Like, Kitten something?
Kitty Cat, maybe. I don't know.
I feel like he called her Kitten, but maybe, like, that's just more the thing of calling someone Kitten, rather than, like, that...
Yeah.
But, like, you're certainly not supposed to say, like, hello, kitten. Like,
yeah.
Those things, I'm like, oh, okay, like, this is perfect. Like, of course, it is, like, she needs this realization where it's like, oh, this is actually, like, kind of scary. But, like...
Yeah.
And, like, I think... I don't know. Then when it was, like, the guy with the micropenis, it's like, okay, now we're making fun of micropenises. I feel like it, like, that then steps over into, like, making fun of sex work in general. Like, the problem with it is that she is 17, and, like, he is a grown man who is, like, doing something weird to a child. But then when it's like, oh, and isn't he gross? It's like,
yeah.
Oh, well, like, doesn't he look gross, and, like, no one could ever be attracted to him? And it's like, oh, so we're now just making fun of, like, any kind of sex work. And, like, that feels,
yeah,
like, not what the point should be. Yeah, like, the point should be that, like, she's in a dangerous situation because she's a child, not because she's doing sex work at all. So I don't know.
And it's just so funny that it's, like, also about Bitcoin.
I know. Let's address the elephant in the room. There's Bitcoin in Euphoria. That's awesome.
And it's just very clear they don't know what that is.
Well, and it was 2019, so, like, it was before, at least before, like, someone like I knew about, like, NFTs. Like, it was, like, before, like, I don't know, there was a show, Alone Together is what it's called, and it's, I don't know, I forget their names, but that's not very helpful, but, it's, like, these two, like, Jewish, like, 20-somethings, and they, like, live together, and, like, she is, like, a struggling comedian, and so she has no money, and then he, like, has, like, rich parents, so, like, she lives in his, like, fancy house with him, and it's, like, this, like, comedy, and there's an episode where she talks about how, like, oh, yeah, like, I used to, and that episode was in 2019 also, she was like, oh, yeah, like, I used to, like, sell videos online of me eating, because, like, people liked watching me eat, and they paid, like, they would give me these, like, little, like, dollar sign things, and she, like, didn't know what they were, and it, like, turned out to be Bitcoin, and she was like, oh my gosh, I have so much money, and then it, like, turns out that, like, she spent it all to get, like, a t-shirt in, like, 2008, so, like, it was only, like, $25 back then, but, like, it would have been, like, 25,000 or whatever in 2019. Yeah. So, like, whatever. And it feels like it's so interesting to me that, like, all these shows, I guess, in 2019 were, like, doing their little, like, Bitcoin jokes.
Yeah.
Because, like, that was the first time I was like, oh, okay, I guess, like, there's Bitcoin. Like, that was, like, my learning about it, so I can't imagine if, like, this was how I learned about it.
Yeah.
Because, like, why... I guess Venmo's not super anonymous, but, like, it's anonymous enough.
Yeah.
For what she's doing. Like, and Venmo certainly exists, or, like, PayPal. Like...
Yeah.
So, like, it is odd that, like, they're doing a Bitcoin plot, and, like, also, I love that Ashtray is, like, a character. Like, that we keep seeing this, like, little boy. And, okay, I'm sorry, why did he and Fez have lines where they were like, yeah, we don't fuck with human trafficking? Oh my god.
That part was crazy.
God.
And, like, it was, like, again, it was, like, a joke. It was, like...
Yes!
Yeah, I don't know. It was
totally meant to be hilarious, and it's like, what? Like, like, I couldn't believe it, that it was, like, so meant to be funny.
Yeah.
That they were like, oh, we don't fuck with human trafficking. It's like, in the last episode, someone you talk to all the time forced someone to take fentanyl. So, like, it's, like, it's not so far-fetched. Like, and also, it's like, how are you, Euphoria, seriously making a joke about that? When, like, okay, wait, actually, I know a spoiler about this show, but I don't want to tell it to you because I'm scared you don't know it.
Well, yeah, I don't know it.
It's like, I don't know anything to do with those characters, but, like, I know this is not the only time that topic comes up in this show. So I think your face just now was so good. But it's like, how is it that, like, I don't know, that feels like if, like, early on Glee was like, oh, like, made some joke like that about homophobia. Like,
yeah.
Like, no, you are gonna deal with that, though, so, like, maybe, like, and then I don't really have a problem with if Glee said that at all. They just shouldn't then, when they get to, like, episode whatever, decide, oh, we're gonna put something about homophobia. No. We already made jokes about that, so we can't now be serious and, like, have something real happen. So, I don't know. I don't want to give spoilers to our viewers who, like, are watching along with us, or to you, but it's like, I can't believe they made that joke at all.
Yeah. And it's also, like, my favorite part is that it's like a nothing, it's just, like, not a joke. Like, it's like, why are you even just doing, like, first of all, you're, like, making it so Bitcoin is this thing that they need to, like, go to the little boy to, like, deal with. It's like they just wanted, like, the buzzword of Bitcoin to be said, and they're like, okay, this is a nothing scene right now because we don't have anything to say about Bitcoin, so let's add human trafficking.
I know. Because, like, I guess, like, if they wanted to be like, yeah, we can help you with whatever, but not this, they're already dealing with fentanyl. So it's like, like, where is there to go from there? But then just don't make the joke. I don't know. I also feel weird about, like, the setup thing where Zendaya's like, I could never do this to my family again. And it's like, oh, like, it seems like she's getting better, and it's like, okay, well, clearly this is a setup, because obviously the show is not going to go on with Zendaya never doing drugs again. Yeah. But I don't love that they're trying to, like, they make us want her to get better and want her to keep doing drugs. Yeah. Like, this show would be so boring if Zendaya just, like, actually was healthy, because she's not an interesting character. Like, the whole point of her is, like, her life is, like, so whatever. And so she's doing that. And so it's like, if she takes the drugs away, then it's like, okay, her life is back to being, like, kind of whatever. But it's like, that's a bad message. Like, the fact that my takeaway is like, well, she can't stop is so bad. So it's like, I don't know.
Well, so she talks to a new character at rehab. I forget his name. Ali, who offers her pancakes if she wants to get better. So what do we think's gonna happen there? Yeah.
So that's awesome. I hope there's, like, a scene where, like, they both have, like, huge stacks of pancakes.
And like, Zendaya's mouth gets, like, really big, like a cartoon character is like.
And, like, they, like, they're so delicious. Like, ooey gooey Vermont maple syrup on top, and, like, whipped cream, sprinkles, ice cream. Like, I hope they have the most delicious pancakes ever. I just hope, like, they have,
and Zendaya's about to, like, has, like, forks and knives and, like, a bib napkin, and is about to start eating, and Ali's like, nah, and then, like, he tells her, like, some wise words of wisdom first.
And then they eat pancakes. I love that the setup for that is, like, they're going to have the most serious possible conversation at a pancake place.
Yeah.
Or, alternatively, he is going to make her pancakes. Like, oh, and I love that that's how the episode ends, is she's like, I want pancakes. Like, that's
it made
awesome.
me hungry for pancakes.
I know, my tummy was grumbling.
Well, here's another thing, is our friend Sarah Lindsley said episode 4 is her favorite episode. And so episode 4 is next episode. It's called Shook Ones Part 2, which is a crazy title. And it's going to be about eating pancakes. So, not to get ahead of ourselves.
For those who are just listening in, I just made, like, a face, like, of, like, that sounds so yummy. But, Maybe, well, for those who don't know, we're going to be taking a couple week hiatus for some personal reasons. But but maybe after, when we come back for that one, we can do a special pancake episode.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Like, we can,
that'd
like,
be so
eat,
sick.
we can do, like, a Euphoria pancake recipe.
Yeah. Oh, ASMR, too. Like a mukbang. I feel like the other big part of this episode, though, is, so there's two other parts. There's Cassie goes to college with McKay, which to me was just, like, nothing. Like, was there, like, yes, as that article mentioned, Cassie takes a shot with a live goldfish in it, and then they have sex in a bathroom because that's so hot that Cassie killed the goldfish. And then there's, like, fraternity commentary that's just like, oh, aren't they crazy? And, like, that's kind of it.
So, okay, I want to go back for a minute to the Jules and Nate Jacobs
and then that's
texting.
the other.
How that was okay, we can come back then. What I think about Cassie, that was, like, so real. Like, when I was dating my high school boyfriend, and we would, like, we were long distance, so, like, one of us would, like, go to the other for, like, a weekend. Like, we weren't going to frat parties, we were, like, both in high school, but, like, when we would, like, hang out with his friends, it's like, oh, you do so have to, like, impress them, and, like, fit in even when they're, like, doing crazy, ridiculous, like, dangerous things, and it's, like, that was so real. I love so much that they say I love you to each other, especially after how the last episode ended. I love that in the car the next day, she's like, I love you, and he's like, I love you more.
Yeah.
That's awesome. She continues to feel so true to what she's doing. But we said this last time, I still don't understand why she ends up writing and directing a play about this.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I don't know.
There are
like,
no hints that she's, like, into theater or writing. There's no hints that she cares what any of these other people are doing. Like, so far, like, I like her plots, and, like, I would watch the Cassie show. Like, I would watch just her things where it's like...
Wait, you liked her drinking the goldfish? I need to go back to this.
I didn't, because, like, I don't, like, I have pet fish, and I've never eaten fish, because, like, I have always had pet fish, and, like, it just freaks me out.
Yeah.
So I've never had fish before. That freaked me out. I was like, whoa. But, like, I mean, like, I thought it was so awesome that she's, like, yes, the idea of it, where she's like, well, I have to help protect my frat boyfriend's image, and I have to, like, do this stuff I don't really want to do to, like, impress him and, like, help him, and so he'll like me and, like, want to have sex in the bathroom. And, like, I thought it was, like, hilarious that she does that, and they're like, oh my gosh, like, McKay brought, like, the baddest bitch in the joint, and it's really? Like,
yeah, I did
love
like that.
their portrayal of, like, what men think is cool.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Every step of the way. Like, because Euphoria's for girls. Very much. Like, it's so for girls. And sometimes that's things like Kat at the Sephora and at, like, the mall with, like, Roy or Troy or whoever, which sadly the twins weren't in this episode.
Yeah.
Carrying all her little bags for her that, like, he's shopping for her. And it's like, okay, but that's, like, a little, like, he did something horrible. So, like, it's, like, a little, like, too forgiving of him and, like, making light of it. But sometimes it's things like with Cassie where it's like, okay, we are laughing at McKay all the time. Like, he is a loser. Yeah. But, like, it doesn't, like, we still can, like her and like what's happening. Like, it still can feel real and not like they're making light of what's happening to her. I also just feel like they don't try to take on anything, like, too big with her, at least so far. Like, it feels like what Euphoria should be doing. I
agree
plot.
I guess my issue with it was, like, it felt exactly the same. Like, their plot hasn't evolved.
It's getting old. It's getting old.
That's how I felt, yeah.
Like, I do like it every time. Like, they're doing a good job of it. But, like,
Yeah.
that's why I want to see what makes Cassie want to make the play.
Yeah, it's obviously got to evolve sooner or later.
Mm-hmm.
But the
Which
Jules
makes
and
me
Nate
wonder-
Jacobs. Oh, yeah.
I just wonder, because obviously we're not supposed to know about the play. For
Yeah.
our listeners who don't know, the reason we are watching Euphoria at all is the play. Is that a fair assessment? Like,
yeah, I think that's fair.
We were never gonna watch it at all. And then we heard about that and we were like, hold on. So, but we're not supposed to know about the play.
Yeah.
And so, I wonder, I just want to go back and feel like, what are we supposed to think of Cassie? Because, like, we're watching it thinking, like, all right, let's get to the good part.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Can
and
we
I
skip
wonder,
to the good part?
I feel like that might be what we're supposed to be thinking. Like, where it's like, all right, when's she going to break up with this guy? I feel like it must be.
Yeah.
Like, I doubt anyone's watching this being like, oh my gosh, I ship Cassie and McKay.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way. But...
Yeah, that is a good point, because, like, she is kind of... Like, I think you're supposed to think, like, oh, she's hot.
Right?
Yeah.
But, like, what
like,
else?
Yeah. I don't know. That is... I hadn't considered that, yeah. Because it's, like, yeah.
Well, and you're clearly supposed to think, like, oh, she's hot. She is. She's beautiful. She's doing a great job. But, again, like, because Euphoria is, like, for girlies, like, she's clearly, at least so far, straight. Like, there's no hints that she might not be straight. At least where we are right now. I don't know if something else will happen. And so, to me, it's like, okay, if people are watching the show we're watching, what girly is looking at her and being like, I want to date Cassie? Like, I get honestly, like, it would not be a fun or healthy relationship to want to date Kat or Rue or Jules, which I feel like are the other people that people kind of say stuff like that about. But we, like, know enough about them, and, like, they are featured in that way enough that it's like I can understand someone watching and being like, oh my gosh, I have such a crush on one of them.
Yeah.
But Cassie is so much obviously meant to be, like, the straight popular girl. Same with, like, Maddie. Like, I don't see women on the internet being like, I have a crush on Maddie.
Yeah.
Which makes sense to me. Like, I think she's great. Like, I think she's fun as a character, at least so far. Like, but, like, what's weird about that is, like, women on the internet do have a crush on, like, Santana in Glee, and I feel like the way they act is similar. Like, and their plot lines, at least, like, this far into this show and, like, a few episodes into Glee, are, like, similar enough where it's like, okay, like, you could have a crush on her for sure, but it feels, I'm just so perplexed by people's reactions to Cassie.
Yeah.
Like, I also, should I bring up my Euphoric the other day?
Yeah.
So I was at a store in, like, one of the changing rooms, like, trying clothes on.
Which, relevant to this episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have said that, because I was Kat. But I guess it still works. No, actually, I'm still, like, the store employee. Yeah. Because, like, I'm, like, I observed a Euphoria moment in the way he did. So I'm in the changing room, like, trying on clothes, and I hear there's, like, three or four people in the changing room next to me. Like, people, like, a little younger than us, like, probably, like, between 17 and 19, but not, like, a young high schooler, and probably not older than us. Talking, and one of them was like, oh my gosh, that shirt is giving Cassie. Wait, have you seen Euphoria? And the other person was like, oh no, like I've been meaning to, or like gave something, but they hadn't. And she was like, yeah, like the first person was like, oh yeah, like I feel like I look and dress and act a lot like Jules, and you totally look and act and dress like Cassie. Or no, she said, you're giving Cassie times Cat. And it's like, whoa. Like, what does that mean? Also, this is just based on the vibes of the conversation.
You have glasses and blonde hair.
How old they are, I'm guessing based on the conversation, because I didn't see any of these people, and I wish I did. Like, I wish, like, then I saw them, like, leaving, and, like, could tell that it was them, because, like, I'm really curious what those people looked like. Like, did they look like those characters? What does the person who's Cassie X Cat look, sound, and act like? Just all of it was, like, perplexing to me. And I, like, have to wonder what happened. Like, where is Cassie's personality gonna come from? Because people are having too strong of a reaction to her for this to be it.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's, like, she's just kind of, like, weak and, like, a pleasing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like her role is just, like, to compromise.
Mm-hmm. But I'm like, what were people thinking when episode 3 aired?
Yeah,
like, we didn't have the context of the rest. Like, I really want to know. Cause,
like, it seems like it's just like, oh, she's weak and pleasing.
Right, but, like, did people like her?
Yeah,
like,
I don't, well,
she seems
that's the thing
likable
about,
enough. She, like, seems like a nice person.
I feel like people weren't, this could just be me, but I feel like Euphoria definitely was, like, a show that, like, people were talking about the first season, obviously, but, like, more so in retrospect. Like, I feel like it was like, oh, like, you know, like, I don't remember people watching Euphoria season 1 week to week. I remember, I remember it being like, oh, like, Euphoria is a package. I watch Euphoria. It was always like, have you seen Euphoria? It was not like, did you see last week's Euphoria? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Whereas, like, season 2 was
like,
more like week. And so, like, maybe something huge, like, we're leading to this big thing. It all comes together.
I know, because I think you're right about that, because the the people I know who were watching season 1 before, like, everybody I knew was watching season 2, they all, like, had seen Euphoria. Like, they had seen it all and, like, sat down and binged it pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm watching an episode a week for this.
Yeah.
Like, I feel good about that. But I think it must have been that, like, they got to that part faster than we are.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess, should we talk about Rue and Jules and Nate Jacobs?
Yeah. Their montage with the split screen. The Nate Jacobs Jules texting montage. That
was disorienting. Like, I had to, like, scroll back and rewatch because I got confused.
Yeah. So this whole episode, how you were saying, like, it's hard to watch, this episode was that for me. There was so many fucking, like, push-ins and like, even the end, the shot of Rue, like, in the camera, like, pull, it's just, like, that's not, like, interesting. Like, it's just kind of annoying. And, like, the splits, because it's, like, I don't, have you seen a show that has a really good split screen montage?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, there is one that I'm thinking of, but I don't want to say it because it's, like, a spoiler.
Oh, is it, like, in Better Call Saul?
Yeah. There's one in Better Call Saul.
I haven't seen it yet, but I trust that they did it right. Like, I feel like I trust them.
It's just, like, that's just, like, a super, like, powerful technique, and it's just, like, this isn't it, bro. Like, it's like, especially because it's like, we still, like, don't, like, it's been 3 episodes now of, like, building up this plot line, like, to nothing. Like, it's like, okay, so does, like, the only question that has been there since the beginning and is still going on is, like, does Nate Jacobs know it's Jules? Like, is he, like, it's like, and like, we still, like, it's just, like, nothing, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, okay, like, either something bad is gonna happen to Jules or something bad is gonna happen to Jules. Like, it's, like, very obvious that that's what's gonna happen.
I know, and, like, I just feel it's so sad, like, Maddie, like, being like, who's texting you?
Yeah.
And, like, it's sad, and I feel like they don't know that that's sad.
Yeah.
Like, they think it's just kind of, like, drama, but it's like, no, I feel for her right now that, like, she's sitting there asking, because the thing is, she did cheat on him. Like, 100% she wanted to have sex with someone else, and she did do it, and then she lied. But he does know that happened.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, she has no idea, and he is lying to her, and that feels worse to me.
Well, okay, wait. So you're reading it as Nate Jacobs wants to have a relationship with Jules?
Well, I mean, he's saying, like, where do you want to go to school? Which, by the way, of course she wants to go to Parsons. He's like, where do you want to go to school? Like, what are your dreams? Like, oh, no one knows this about me. I want to meet you. Like, I don't know if he wants to be in a relationship with Jules, but he certainly has insidious motives.
I'm reading it as he wants to, like, fucking kill her.
Really?
Yeah. I'm reading it as, like, I figured out who you are. You stepped on me at the, like, you, like, pulled the knife on me at this party. I'ma fucking kill you. That's the read I've been
Did he say
having.
that, or I missed?
No.
Okay,
it's just because of Nate Jacobs is a bad guy who we've seen do fucking ninja... Like, why else would we have an entire episode of him ninja tracking someone down, beating the shit out of, and then, like, we see him pulling these, like that... The only way it isn't that is if, like, he doesn't know it's Jules, but then, like, Jules took pictures or with Zendaya, like, took pictures that, like, clearly revealed, like, you are Jules. And so it's like, yeah, I like, you know what I'm, like, unless it's like the bit is like, oh, like, he thinks that's hot that, like, she pulled a knife, which is like, but that's not, Nate, we had a whole montage of Zendaya saying, like, this is what I think girls are hot, and it's not when they pull a knife on me. You look so distressed.
I'm worried. Well, because I thought the whole thing with, like, Zendaya being like, that is not safe, do not meet someone you don't know in a hidden place, like, even though it is scary, like, you are a trans woman, it's scary to, like, be on a date somewhere in public, it is much more dangerous to do that somewhere not in public. I thought Zendaya was doing that, and it's like, oh, like, Zendaya's right because, or Zendaya's not necessarily right, but she cares a lot. Like, she's right. Yeah. Given the knowledge,
Zendaya clearly has a crush. Zendaya's clearly jealous. Yeah.
Zendaya's jealous. She has a crush on Rue or on Jules, but that really, like, even though she's saying this stuff because she's jealous and she has a crush, she is right that is a dangerous idea. I did not realize necessarily that, like, he's asking to meet her, like, that is foreshadowing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think you are actually right, though, but because I think this, I didn't like that, because I'm like, oh, like, the show thinks I'm dumb and doesn't realize that, like, I think you have the take that, like, the show wants you to have, and you could be right, like, I could be wrong, but to me, I read it as, like, oh, like, this is annoying, because it's like, yeah, like, she's about to get killed. Like,
well,
but
and also that is very interesting because, like, I don't know, I think what you're saying works better because, like, if they have it that, like, no, it's just nice, and Zendaya was just being jealous, it's like, no, what Zendaya said, like, you should not meet a stranger from the internet in a private place, especially when your worry about meeting them in public is because you're trans and you don't want violence against you.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That's all the more reason to not do that in public, and so, like, Zendaya is right. So I don't love the idea of, like, then she's proven wrong, because, like,
yeah.
the implications of that are, like, oh, no, it's like,
that'd be so Euphoria, though.
I know, it would be Euphoria of AF, of, like, oh, no, like, this is the one thing that turns out okay, is, like,
yeah.
Zendaya was totally wrong, and, like, Jules should get to, like, do danger, like, anyone should just get to meet whoever they want from the internet anywhere they're being asked to meet. But I don't, like, the thing is, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I did not even think of that. Like, I was like, like...
Well, like, you want, like, Nate
that.
Jacobs, this, like, terrible guy, to, like, just be like, oh, like, they're gonna, like, be friends.
Kiss? Well, that's the thing. Yours is better, because, like...
Well, no, it's not, because
like,
it's like, I don't want violence on this, like, trans woman, like, for the sake of, like...
No. I don't think it's better in terms of, like, oh, it's the best outcome.
Yeah.
But in terms of, like, how the writing of Euphoria works, that is, like, it's better writing to have that happen.
Yeah.
And, like, it does, like, if, like, he is trying to... I don't think Jules is gonna die in the next episode.
Yeah, I don't either.
Mostly because Sarah Lindsley said it's her favorite
oh my
episode.
God! That would be so funny.
Like, I mostly just don't think she would like that. And I actually know... Okay, wait. Do you know about this?
No.
There's a Halloween episode.
Bro. Why'd you say that?
And I know Jules is in it.
Okay.
So unless the next episode is the Halloween episode and, like, that cancels out, like, I don't know I don't know anything else. I know one still from the Halloween episode, and it's of Jules. So,
okay.
like, that's all I know. So, like, technically that could be the next episode, and, like, then my theory is, like, totally busted. But, like, I just feel like she doesn't die.
I don't think she's gonna die. I think she is gonna get in a hospital.
But I still, like, I think, like, something... I don't know. I just don't... I wonder about that because, like, I don't think Nate Jacobs is dumb enough to get caught.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or,
yes.
like... I don't, like, his whole thing with the last one was, like, he killed that guy so that, no, like, it wouldn't get out.
Yeah.
That he did that. And
I think Sarah Lindsley
guy,
commented that that guy is not dead. Because we asked...
Oh, yeah, we
to
said,
drop
tell us in the
comments.
comments.
Yeah. If I
Did
could
we get
be
any
mistaken.
other comments? I'm gonna
No,
look this up.
I think it was just that.
Whoa, I searched We're Euphoric, and the first videos are, one of them was Kelly being a Euphoria character for 5 minutes straight, and it's all from The Office.
That's awesome.
And then the other is if Euphoria was produced by Disney. But where's us? We're Euphoric podcast. Alright, cut the cameras. Where are we?
Wait, I pulled it up, but Sarah Lindsley said, that Shook Ones Part 2, the 4th episode, it might not be her favorite episode, but it says it has her favorite scene, But a lot happens in that episode.
So we definitely
Jules could die.
need to do... I don't think Jules is gonna die, if I'm being super honest with you. I don't think Jules is gonna die. But I do... Where are our comments? It says there's 2, but I can't see them.
I can only see one of them.
Whoa, who's commenting on our videos? Comment and let us know if you're commenting on our videos.
Oh, whoa, now I can't see either of the comments. They both disappeared.
Well,
this is...
alright.
Oh, now they're back. Okay, yeah, the 2 comments are Sarah Lindsay saying that, and then the other comment is Sarah Lindsay saying, Jules is trans in the show, Nate did not kill the guy.
They're both Sarah Lindsay. Oh, yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, yes.
Well, I mean, that's
just
sort of...
talk about it amongst yourselves.
This is big. I mean, this sort of leads into our predictions
scary.
for... Yeah,
That's
our
really
predictions for
scary.
next episode.
I hope no one dies.
I don't think someone's gonna die.
Does anyone die in
No,
Euphoria?
don't spoil it!
I want to know.
No, you can't Google, does anyone die in Euphoria? It's the whole point of this fucking show.
Well, alright, I won't. I don't think she dies.
Yeah, I don't either.
I
think she gets injured, though.
I think she'll get injured. I don't think anyone dies. I also just feel like people were still talking about Jules in season 2.
So, I actually had never heard of Jules until we started watching this show.
Whoa.
So, yeah. But that might just be me.
So, I feel like I've heard of Jules since season 2. So, I feel like Jules doesn't die. But honestly, if Jules does die, maybe there's a ghost in season 2.
Whoa. Hamlet, because it's a play.
No way. No way. There's no way that they kill the trans character on this show.
and then
have her come back as... And have the implications be that it's, like, because she is trans that they kill her. And then have her come back as a ghost. There's no way. There's
a Halloween episode.
Yeah, that's the Halloween episode still that I saw. No, I don't think she's gonna die. I think you're right that she could end up in the hospital. Should we make other predictions for next episode? I feel like...
Yeah. Well, my prediction is, Rue says a snarky line about the pancakes. Like, she's like, this is what you call pancakes?
Oh, I don't know. I think the pancakes are gonna look so good.
Yeah, I mean, they'll look good to us, but, like, Rue's seen better.
Okay, alright,
because she's always fine. Above it all, yeah.
One of my predictions has to do with the ending between Rue and Jules.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I can't believe it that Rue does that. Like, that she kisses her without permission, like...
Yeah.
Is so... And then she's like, I have to go.
Yeah.
And, like, I get it's supposed to show, like, Jules is unwinding, and that's, like, what ends her up wanting to talk to the pancake guy, but, like... I don't know. I just... Like, I don't like that we're supposed to, like, be rooting for Rue.
Yeah.
And then, like, that happens. And, like, yeah, that's why I'm, like, really hoping that, like, for the sake of this writing, Zendaya has to have been right, I feel like. Because, like, if Zendaya was just being jealous and, like, Nate Jacobs and Jules just start dating and it's, like, so happy and nice, like... And then we're still just supposed to root for Zendaya. It's like, I don't know. Like, that stinks. So that adds to my prediction that, like, she was right. But I don't know, my hope is that they end up friends and that it's okay.
Yeah.
And, like, she apologizes. It's also just annoying because it's like, I feel like we're supposed to root for them as a pair.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we're definitely supposed to want them to be together. But it's like, you can't want that anymore. My dread is that they will just end up together anyway. I don't know. I don't know what we talked about our predictions for Cassie. I don't know what to expect with Kat. Because they change her tone so much in every episode.
Yeah. I just kind of like, her mom's gonna find out maybe, I don't know.
That was a hilarious scene when she's taking videos of her feet and her mom goes, take pictures of your toes later. And it's like, so funny that like in her mom's eyes, like that's what Kat does for fun.
Yeah. And I love in media and anything when a character is right about something but wrong about it. Like, it's like, that is what Kat... Like, I love that the mom doesn't be like, what are you doing? And Kat's like, nothing. Like, I love that the mom's like, take pictures of your toes. Like, it's like
it's so funny. So, but I do hope that was setting up, like, her mom finds, like, the account.
Well,
or, like,
I thought that was setting up... I thought the whole time when she was on the call with the guy, especially when she started, like, laughing and it going right, I thought that was setting up, like, oh, her mom's about to come in, and then it just doesn't happen.
So I think
because she was being so loud, too.
Her. I know, she was being so loud.
Like,
and she
I
didn't
was
even
thinking
have
that the whole
headphones.
time. Yeah. I was
like,
thinking that.
Really? Like, you're laughing at this guy so loud, a grown man's voice is, like, echoing out of your room, being like, call me a loser, call me pathetic, like, I'll do anything for you, kitten, like, and, like, it's so loud, and she's
really
like, you're
thought
gonna
that's
make
what that
me
was setting
throw up, and no one noticed.
Yeah. I was certain that's what that was setting, like, especially when it started going right. Like, it was like, this has got it, and then it just didn't happen.
I know, I really thought that, like, when she then yelled at him and was like, you're gonna make me throw up, stop.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, how is your mom not walking in?
Yeah.
If you're yelling at a grown man's voice, you're going to make me throw up.
Yeah.
So I think the mom's gonna catch her or notice something.
Or obviously Ethan's gonna like catch like.
Oh yes, I think he's gonna find a video.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was scared of when she opened the Skype. I was scared it was gonna be him.
Oh yeah.
Because like he had paid for her lunch. Like there were like these like.
She's doing the grapefruit diet. That was another joke in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I was like I am so nervous that like she's gonna open up the Skype and it's gonna be Ethan sitting there on the other side.
Yeah.
Which would have been so funny. But like, because then it's like, okay, so you know it's her.
Yeah.
Like if he found that, he would know right away. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's how we end every episode of this, is being like,
yeah,
all right.
I mean, hey, next episode, Shook Ones Part 2 after our hiatus. But in our hiatus, you might see some other Euphoria-related content on this channel.
So
no
keep
spoilers.
your eyes peeled.
Yeah. But until then...
Reminder for everyone. No spoilers in the comments.
Yeah.
Because we
seriously.
we post a lot of questions. We talked Halloween episodes, all kinds of things. So no spoil.
Yeah, I don't want to know...
Don't tell us if anyone dies.
Yeah, and I don't want to know what Fez is dressed up as. I don't want to know anything.
For the Halloween episode?
Yeah, I don't want to know that. Because everyone's going to have a great costume.
I hope he and Ashtray have, like, a buddy costume.
Yeah, I hope they're like Dr. Evil and Mini-Me. Oh, yeah.
Both of those.
Yeah.
So good for those two. Yeah, don't tell us if we're right about our... Should we predict everyone's costume?
Okay, quickly. Zendaya will be, fuck.
I don't think we need to predict.
Yeah, we'll do that.
All right.
I mean, Jules is gonna be Sailor Moon. Like, that's, like, established.
Because she likes anime.
Yeah, well, and, like Fez, like, says, like, Sailor Moon looking... Yeah.
So I feel like, yeah. I'm hype. I hope someone has, like, a cartoony costume. Like, it looks like they just went to the Halloween store. Like,
I love how we're just, like, expecting the Halloween episode to come next.
Well, it could be any of them, because I don't know which one it is. But honestly,
I feel like it's got it because it's like if the show starts the school year, like we're around in like thinking of Harry Potter movie
next
logic.
Couple ones,
yeah, like this is around when the Halloween part would happen. So yeah. Well,
because how many episodes is in the season? 10.
There's 8.
8. Then I feel like it must be the next one.
Yeah, I kind of agree. But
right.
We don't know if a full season of Euphoria is a full school year.
That's true. So well, everybody
stay young, wild, and free.